Hi everyone! Welcome po! Thank you for joining me tonight sa ating Health Talk by Dr. Mike. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakakilala sa akin, I'm Dr. Mike. I'm based in Hong Kong. So sa mga friends natin na nakasubaybay lagi sa ating YouTube channel, maraming salamat po. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for sa lahat ng mga sumusubaybay sa atin. And ayan, marami na naman tayong mga friends na naka-standby. At excited sila mag-join sa atin tonight or maaring gabi sa Hong Kong, sa Philippines, but sa ibang lugar, hapon or umaga. Ang guest natin nandyan na at umagang umaga sa lugar niya. Ginising na naman natin siya ng mas maaga. Pag may guest tayong taga-US, laging ina-adjust natin yung oras kasi maaga sa kanila. But anyway, let me greet first our friends. Si Primo Dizon Jr. Hello, happy watching, happy viewing. Si P. Jassis Asis, tama ba po pronunciation ko? Flor Manuel, Honey Love, thank you so much. Miss Jocelyn Aquino, Miss Normie Pata, maraming salamat po sa lahat po na naka-standby at nanonood sa atin at manonood sa atin ngayong gabi. Please also watch the previous videos natin, baka po makalimutan ninyo. But anyway, ang topic natin ngayon, ayan, yung mga may kamag-anak, anak, kapatid, magulang na mga nurses. This episode is for all of you. Alam naman natin na ngayong panahon ng pandemya, ang mga healthcare workers natin, mga frontliners natin, ay laging nandyan po para i-assist, tulungan ang ating mga kababayang either OFWs man sila or ibang nationality. Because nakita ko sa isang newspaper o nabasa ko sa isang news recently na ang mga nurses, particularly Filipino nurses, makikita sa buong mundo kahit ano pong bansa. Nandyan ang mga magigiting nating mga nurses. But anyway, ang topic po natin ngayong gabi ay tungkol sa mga nurses. Nurse sa gitna ng pandemya. Kukumustahin natin ano ang buhay ng isang nurse. Ano ang mga struggle na pinagdadaanan nila. Mahirap ba ang pagkuha ng nursing? Yung mga nagnanais po na tumuloy or mag-aral ng nursing, so abangan nyo itong episode na ito. Maaring yung mga anak ninyo nag-aaral ng nursing or katatapos pa lang ng nursing. So let's see. Pag-usapan natin ang tungkol dito. Ayan, si Miss Normie Pata nanonood kasi kakauwi po niya, for good na siya, nasa quarantine site siya, nasa Sofitel. Social si Mother Normie, nasa Sofitel, Manila siya. Okay, good evening po, Miss Normie. Anyway, let me introduce our guest for tonight. Ang guest po natin ngayong gabi, natatandaan ko, during my high school, first year, siya po yung senior namin. Siguro fourth year na siya, kung di ako nagkakamali. And he plays volleyball very well. Okay? He had his MS Nursing and MS in Health Sciences with emphasis on health education. So hindi lang po siya basta-basta nurse, nagtuturo din po siya. Okay? He has a work experience for more than 26 years. Almost half of his life nasa field of nursing siya. And nasa field of oncology as a clinician. So pag sinabing oncology, di ba pinag-uusapan natin dyan all about cancer. So tignan natin. Pausapin din natin siya tungkol sa mga cancer. So kung sino yung mga pasyente niya, anong common cancer sa lugar nila. Okay? At meron din siyang advocacy, kagaya din natin, mga friends, living with a healthy lifestyle, education, and anti-bullying. Parang sino ba kasi anti-bullying? Si Pia ba or si Catriona? But anyway, ask natin, baka nakalimutan. Without any further ado po, ang guest natin tonight, walang iba po kung hindi si Mr. Noy Guevarra. Hi, Noy. Pasok natin. Hi, Noy. Good evening.
Hello, Dr. Mike. Hello sa mga viewers. Good evening sa Philippines. Good afternoon sa Europe. Good morning sa US.
Nasaan ka? Iba-iba yung natin, time zone natin.
Yeah.
Which part of US ka ngayon?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Ayan. Nasa Chicago, Illinois, ang ating guest tonight. And anong oras nga dyan sa inyo?
7:30 in the morning. So 14 hours advanced ang Asia. Hong Kong and Philippines.
Okay, so Wednesday ng 7:30 ng umaga dyan.
Yes.
Tama. Okay. Parang at least napakaganda ng technology ngayon, even if kung saan man tayo nakakausap natin. Ito ang nakagandahan na nagawa ng pandemic, no?
Yeah.
Oo.
Yes.
And sabi ko nga kanina, natatandaan ko nung ako ay high school, first year high school, and you were on my senior, fourth year.
Fourth year, senior.
Yeah. And nagkakasama tayo during exams. Because during exams, nung high school kami, kasama mong nag-e-exam sa isang room, ang mga first year, mga freshmen, at saka yung senior. Diba? Para hindi pagkopyahan. But
Pero di
anyway,
ba may arrangement na nun?
yun yung arrangement natin eh. Oo. But anyway, after high school ba, kumusta muna ang high school? Nakapagtapos ka ng high school sa Philippines o you went na sa US?
So, nag-graduate ako sa Guagua National Colleges, like you, batch 1991.
Mm-mm.
That was April 91, and then pumunta na ako ng Chicago ng November of that same year, 1991.
So it means na hindi ka na nag-college sa Philippines. Diretso na sa US.
Yes.
Oh, because your parents ba are citizen, kaya nakapunta kayo kaagad sa
They
US?
started as immigrants. Pinetition sila ng sister ko, and then they eventually became American citizens. But yeah, nung 1984, relocate sila doon. So we were separated for on and off 7 years. And then in 91, pumunta na kami dito. And then a year later, umuwi na sila sa Pilipinas.
Okay. Oh, ayan, may nanonood sa atin from Italy. Yung guest natin dati sa What You Should Know About Italy yata ang title noon. Si ating friend din na naging guest din. Maria Cherish Pelayo, nanonood din siya sa atin.
Hello, Maria.
Maria ang tawag sa kanya. Maria. Ganda ng pangalan niya, no? Maria. Oo. But anyway, so gaano kahirap ang pag-aaral sa Amerika, particularly nursing? Yun ang unang tanong ko. At nursing ba kaagad ang gusto mong kunin nung after high school?
Well, first of all kasi yung age ko, I was 16 nung pumunta ako dito. So, culture shock talaga. Like, syempre, nag-take tayo ng mga English classes sa Philippines, pero hindi naman tayo nag-i-English. So, super nosebleed talaga ako noon. No? Pag-usap, pati yung mga pinsan ko na who grew up here, nagtatago ako. Kasi ang bibilis nila magsalita. Ayoko talagang makipag-usap. And then, mahirap yun. Yung tapos barrier mo pa talaga ang language.
Okay.
So, pero ang gusto ko talagang course bago ako nag-nursing is theater arts. I wanted to go into Conservatory of Music.
Oh, okay.
Pero sabi kasi ng parents ko, mahirap makukuha ng trabaho after college. So, they wanted me to be stable. So, it runs in the blood naman in the medical field. So, I took that. Mahirap. Nag-adjust ako sa the way mag-ask ng mga questions sa mga exams. Minsan, muntik-muntikan ng bumagsak sa isang klase. Pero talaga ang kasi I've always considered myself naman na average student talaga. Pala-aral lang talaga ako. So,
pahambol
no, talaga. Tanungin niyo man mga kaklase ko, very...
Tanungin natin si Maria na nanonood sa atin. Okay. Oo.
So, pero talagang mahirap, pero talagang sipag at tiyaga lang sa pag-aaral talaga. Tsaka hindi ako, and I was blessed naman na kasi umuwi na nung nag-college ako si Ma at si Daddy. So, nakapagtrabaho si Daddy uli as a physician sa Philippines. So, I was blessed na hindi ako nagtrabaho nung college. Because of that.
So, your parents, nasa field of healthcare din, medicine?
My dad was a physician and my mom, teacher siya. Elementary teacher.
Oo. And then, how many brothers and siblings you have?
So, 7 lahat kami. I'm the youngest. 1 brother and 5 sisters.
And then, ikaw lang ba ang nag-nursing or you have other?
I have another sister who studied nursing, and I have two sisters na nag-take ng medicine, but they're not practicing here, but they passed and practiced for a bit sa Pilipinas. And then my brother is in the armed forces, TSA siya sa airport, and then my one sister is a pastor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big family, ha? It's a big family. Oh, and then, you mentioned kanina that to take up nursing in a foreign soil, medyo mahirap. Because again, the mode of instruction is English. Hindi naman natin yun ang primary language natin. And then there are so many adjustment dyan. Culture adjustment, etc. But going into nursing, maaring yung ating mga kababayan dito na nanonood, they have kids, they have family members na pupunta sa US, and then kung dyan sila mag-aaral ng nursing, ano yung track ng nursing dyan?
So, merong dalawang entry level ang nursing. So, yung isa, associate's degree, at yung isa, yung traditional, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So, ang tinake ko muna yung associate's degree because yun lang ang maa-afford namin nung college. It was very expensive. So, nag-community college ako. So, the good thing naman about that is you can take the same board exams kasi you take the same core classes. So, you go for your bachelor's kasi, you take more research classes, management classes, ganyan. So, they still honor the associate's degree these days, but more and more healthcare organizations will require you to have a minimum of a Bachelor of Science in Nursing these days. Kasi, they want to achieve higher status, lalo na hospitals. They call it the magnet status, is a recognition. So, in order na ma-fulfill nila yan, kailangan ng mga nurses nila, they should be all bachelor's prepared.
BSN. Okay.
Yeah. So I would advise yung mga nag-aspire to, or even contemplating na to go into,
yes.
I would go for that your 4-year degree. Para kung ayaw nyo nang mag-aral after that, then you're all set. Kasi you meet the minimum. You're good.
Okay. So ayan, may mga nanonood sa atin. Si Dr. Michael Liangco, isang dentista sa Hollywood. Ayan, if you want to have Hollywood smile. Ayan. Daming nanonood sa atin. Si Gio Mas TV. Maraming salamat sa mga viewers natin. Si Delia Sato, sabi niya, nanonood siya from Japan. I love theater art. So, ayan, baka magkasundo kayo ni Miss Delia Sato. Yung mga fans club ni Ate Guy. Mga Noranians nanonood din sa atin. Oo. And then, after that BA nursing, you would take the exam. Ganun din. Exam.
It's the same board exam talaga.
Okay. And then, after the exam, can you take the exam several times or what?
You can.
Okay.
You can. Dapat ang goal mo, 1 lang. Para matapos na.
Ayaw mo naman mag-exam ka na 3 beses mong kukunin.
No.
Dapat your goal is 1 take lang. Tapos na.
Pressure kasi yun, yung masyadong maraming stress kapag at saka one thing that I would advise, yung kahit na anong kurso naman, but especially nursing, because nagdi-deal ka sa mga buhay ng mga tao. You take care of people. So, it's not just a course na pwede mong yung paisi-isi lang. Hindi kailangan mag-aral ka. You have to know what you're doing kasi kapag kailangan accurate ka sa mga ginagawa mo sa trabaho, if you think about it, kaya nga i-evaluate ka nila through the board exam kasi they want to make sure na qualified ka to take care of these patients. One error can cost a patient's life. So, yun ang ko na hindi dapat you have to take it seriously. At saka, I know yung mga iba talaga, you have to work in order to go to school, to support yourself. And I admire that completely kasi it's very hard. Pero if you have a choice not to work and just go to school, I would just concentrate in going to school kasi talagang you have to study. Kailangan mo mag-aral.
And during your time, what is your favorite subject? Meron ganun ba? Tsaka least favorite?
Yeah. Yung favorite ko talaga was anatomy and physiology, biology. Science has always been one of
Okay.
my favorite classes.
Oo.
Kung nasa major nursing classes na ako, OB, obviously, I didn't like that.
Ayaw mo yun? Ayaw mo yun?
And
Kasi
then,
masyadong pagod. Masyadong yung skills, toxic masyado.
no, I don't like it.
Okay.
And then, pediatrics.
Because
Eh,
why?
you know, nakakaawa yung mga bata, like I can't do it.
Oo.
So,
And then,
adults talaga.
I see. And then after your board exam, after you passed, right away ba, how many weeks, months before ka nag-work sa hospital?
The following month, so nung 1995 na I passed the board exam, yun yung time na hindi masyadong in demand ang mga nurses kasi there was overflowing of nurses all over the place talaga. So, I started at a skilled facility. It's a nursing home. So, 6 months ako doon. So, a month after I passed the boards, nagtrabaho na ako doon. Kumuha lang ako ng a few months experience and then I went to the hospital. And then that was that.
Anong klaseng trabaho para naman malaman ng mga kababayan natin? Anong klaseng trabaho yun?
Alam mo naman sa nursing home, yung ano yun, adult population, yung mga matatanda. So, you give their medications, tsaka yung check mo yung mga blood sugars nila, yung mga basic nursing skills talaga. And then, nung nasa hospital, I worked at the general ward, yung medical surgical nursing. And then, I stayed there for about 6 years. And then, I went into oncology. Cancer.
Okay. Doon sa general ward mismo, anong mga memorable cases during those time? Because you mentioned kanina, during yung time na nagsisimula ka, sobrang dami ng nurses, halos hindi pa in demand during those. Actually, during the batch, halos sara ang mga iba't ibang bansa na nag-hire ng mga nurses eh. Kaya biglang bumaba ang mga kumukuha ng nursing. But after a few years, biglang tumaas na naman eh.
Yes.
So, anong mga cases ang nakikita mo during those time? At gaano yung adjustment mo?
Marami. Kaya nga, ang advice ko talaga sa mga nurses, bago kayo mag-specialty, you need to work on a general ward. Kasi doon yung talaga mahuhone ang mga skills ninyo. Doon kayo matututo talaga na mag-give ng mga injections, yung mga procedures. So, yung sa ward, yung gustong-gusto kong ginagawa nun yung ina-assist ng mga physicians ng mga minor procedures. Halimbawa, pag-insert ng chest tube, or kahit na at that time mahirap, I look back, yung mga good learning experiences talaga. At saka yung hindi mo makakalimutan talaga yung 1 minute okay yung pasyente mo and then all of a sudden, nag-CPR kayo sa kanya. So, marami mga cases, marami akong natutunan sa surgery, yung kasing sa general ward talagang mahahasa ka talaga how to use your critical thinking skills. Like, kasi kapag new graduate ka, yung tendency mo, task-oriented ka, yung kailangan mo lang gawin ito. Kailangan gawin ito ganitong oras, ganito, ganyan. Pero kapag nagiging ka na ng experience, you ask why you're doing it. Like, find out mo kung why am I doing this? What's the reason for doing that? What will benefit the patient? So, that comes with experience and maturity. And more importantly talaga, kailangan mong mahalin ang trabaho mo. Kahit na anong trabaho yan.
Kahit anong profession, you need to love.
You have to love what you do.
Yes, tama po yun. Kasi minsan sa sobrang dami ng pasyente at sa dami ng cases na nakikita mo everyday, minsan naiisip mo, this is the profession na kinuha ko, ito yung field na gusto ko. And sometimes when you see patient and then you help them, assist them, di ba, iba yung pakiramdam. But have you had the experience na napagalitan ka ng senior? Okay. Okay. Or biglang nasigurot na. Madalas, kwento mo muna.
Hindi,
Talaga?
minsan kasi yung tendency nila, yung very submissive sila sa mga physicians. No offense to you, ha?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Pag-uusapan din natin.
I respect physicians a
Oo.
great deal, you know, and I have good relationships with a lot of the physicians I worked with,
Oo.
majority of them. Kasi nung nasa surgery kami, alam mo naman niya kapag surgery, medyo may mga maldita na mga surgical residents, ganyan, dahil hindi sila natulog. So, ang
Oo.
point ko naman, kung hindi ka nakatulog, hindi ko kasalanan yun. So, tinatawagan kita. Meron kasi kaming incident noon na naghintay yung pasyente, like, isa sa mga memorable experiences ko, yung 7:00 dapat ma-discharge ang pasyente, nasa surgical ward ako.
Mm.
Aba, 11:00 na,
Mm.
ilang beses ko na silang tinatawagan, hindi talaga sila pumupunta. So, dumating siya, bato siya ng bato ng mga charts.
Oo.
Sabi ko, what seems to be the problem? Sabi ko, tapos sabi niya, you were paging me for this, you could have pulled that PIC line, yung central line nga. Sabi ko, I could have, sabi ko, pero sinabi ng head ng surgery ninyo to page you. Well, like, I can't do it, kayo dapat ang gumawa. So sabi ko, so wag mo akong pagbalinan ng galit mo, sabi ko sa kanya. So, tsaka sabi ko, and pwede ba? Sabi ko, don't be throwing charts. It's very unprofessional. Sabi ko, sige na niya siya. Tapos tumahimik siya. So, kinuha na niya yung sabi ko, thank you so much for your time. Sabi ko, the patient only waited 4 hours, but I'm very grateful that you came. Sabi ko. So, pinula ko ng manager, sabi niya, dapat hindi mo ginawa yun. Sabi ko, hayaan ko, sagot, ganunin niya ako. Sabi ko, no. Sabi ko. So, and I tend to, ayoko yung ganun na, yung mga disrespectful na ganun. Like, I try not to pick fights or anything, pero I'll put you in your place if you're very disrespectful, and especially in front of the patients. It's not right.
Yeah, because we are a team in the hospital. Dapat kayo magkakasama, magkakaintindihan, right? It doesn't matter. Minsan kasi makakarinig ka, nurse ka lang, ano ka lang, janitor ka lang, ganyan ka. Hindi magandang pakinggan because you are managing yung patient, the health of that patient, and dapat tulong-tulong kayo doon.
Teamwork talaga, teamwork.
Teamwork kayo. Yeah.
Mutual respect.
Correct, oo. Syempre, may mga procedures na meron pa dapat gagawa, kahit alam mong gawin, hindi mo pa siya pwedeng gawin because there are some protocol. And alam ko naman sa hospital na ang tinotoxic ng mga pasyente, usually mga nurses, kasi kayo ang nakakasama madalas.
Yeah.
Kung kailan bibigyan ng gamot, kung ano mga procedures ang kailangan, kung ang doktor ay wala pa, kasi si doktor minsan nasa ibang hospital, may ginagawa pa siya doon, late siyang darating, di ba? Yeah. So, nakaka-experience ka rin ng ganon.
Oh, yeah. Tsaka, depende lang talaga sa approach mo tsaka sa pakikiusap mo. I mean, meron mga doctors din na, maraming mga doctors na mababait na sasabihin nila, you know what, Noy, I'll be right there. If you can just tell the patient to wait for me for a few minutes. Maghihintay naman sila. As long as they know, yun lang naman kasi yung naghihintay ka sa wala, yun yung, lalo na may sakit ang mga pasyente. It's very difficult.
Ito may mga comments dito sa ating mga viewers na nanonood. Si Gioma, sabi niya, tama po yung sinabi niyo, sir. Kasi yung anak ko na nurse sa Philippines, mahal na mahal ang trabaho niya. So we could inspire.
Yeah, important talaga. Very important yan.
Kung hindi mo mahal ang trabaho mo, syempre, hindi ka mamahalin din ng work mo, di ba? Every time na pumapasok ka sa hospital, or sa workplace mo, medyo masungit ka. Dapat hindi ganon. Kasi yung aura mo mismo, pag pumapasok ka, minsan doon pa lang gagaling na yung mga pasyente pag nakikita ka, di ba?
Yes.
Ayan. Si Miss Jocelyn Aquino. Hello po, Miss Jocelyn. May anak din yatang nurse si Miss Jocelyn Aquino. Isang super chatter natin. Si Ems naman, sabi niya, tama yan, Sir Noy. Masaya pag mahal mo ang trabaho mo. Regardless, kahit anong trabaho. Oo.
Kailangan kasi may fulfillment ka sa ginagawa mo. More than anything, yun.
So, ayan, mga kababayan nating OFWs dito sa Hong Kong, kailangan pong mahalin natin ang trabaho natin para huwag kayo masyadong ma-stress kasi nasa-stress ang mga kababayan natin mismo.
Normal lang naman yan.
And then, paano napunta right now, na ito yung mga pinagdaanan mo and then napunta ka sa oncology. Of all the field, bakit sa oncology?
Kasi nga dun sa general ward, nakakita rin ako I took care of cancer patients. Although, hindi ako nag-administer ng chemotherapy. At that time, kasi dapat certified ka dyan eh. So, it's something na, nung nag-apply kasi ako, nung mag-specialize na ako, it was either surgery or the operating room or oncology. Eh, nagkataon, yung oncology ang unang tumawag sa akin. So I did, and then it took me a year para mag-adjust kasi kailangan alam mo yung mga gamot, yung mga side effects, how to give it, and then tsaka yung mga pasyente sa outpatient, particularly the cancer patients, very territorial sila. Like halimbawa, ikaw ang nurse. Normally, ikaw ang nurse. Sabihin nila, oh, Mike is not here. Mike is not gonna take care of me. Tapos when they see you as a new person, they don't want you to take care of them, and I don't blame them. Kasi nga, yung ano ba yun? Yung komportable na sila sa
doon sa
alam na nila yung condition nila. May kasing relationship dyan. So, mahirap. Pero yun, and then, yung yung nag-aral talaga ako. Like, kapag may mga tanong ako, nagre-research ako, nagtatanong ako sa mga doktor, mga katrabaho ko, mga experience, at saka, kumuha ako ng certification sa oncology.
Question ko lang, because oncology deals with cancer. Okay, mga chemotherapeutic drugs. Yan. Sa mga kababayan nating OFW, pag sinabing oncology, we are referring sa mga cancer.
Yes.
Hindi ba masakit sa pakiramdam na nursing should be taking care of patients maging okay sila? Same din naman, oncology. But with the back of your mind, these are cancer patients. One way or the other, alam naman natin kung ano ang endpoint nila.
Pero meron din naman kasing yung mga depende kung ano yung stage ng disease. Kung stage 1 lang yan, marami rin kaming mga like mga celebrations, yung mga nakakakompleto ng treatment and then they're on remission. Meron din yung kasi kapag sinabi nilang metastatic, yung nag-spread na yung cancer mo. So, yun, they have to be on chemo for the rest of their life. They have to be on maintenance medicine until na yung medicine will stop working. But, you know, I mean, I learned to embrace yung ginagawa ko. Kasi, very depressing talaga sa cancer community. You know, kung titingnan mo talaga yun, like, and I learned yung mga pasyente, yung kapag wala sila sa mood, not to take it personally kasi they don't feel well. Halimbawa, dadating sila kasi yung isang side effect ng chemo, di ba, yung vomiting, susuka. So, pagdating nila, yung masama yung panlasa nila, ganyan, yung wala sila sa mood. So, ang ginagawa ko, I learned na, sabihin ko lang sa kanila, okay, I'll give you a few minutes, iiwan ko sila. To, you know, so that they can be themselves. Hindi yung pagdating mo pa lang doon, okay, let's start your IV, let's give your chemo. Hindi dapat ganyan. Kasi, at saka, again, through the years, you'll learn as a nurse na paano mo i-approach ang isang pasyente. Case-to-case basis yan. Iba ang mga pasyente. So,
and then, what are the usual cases? What kind of cancer ang usually nakikita natin? At may Pilipino rin ba na nandoon?
Okay. Madalas sa mga female population, breast cancer, given yan. And then yung colon cancer. Tapos sa hematology naman, yung we call those yung mga blood disorders. Yung lymphoma, multiple myeloma, yan. Yan, yung mga yan, number 1 ang mga yan. Pero tsaka melanoma, kasi hindi naman masyadong common ng melanoma. Yung melanoma is, for those of you who don't know, is a type of skin cancer. So it's less than 1% of all skin care types, pero the deadliest form. So dito sa Amerika, maraming ganyan kasi alam mo na yung nagsa-sunbathing sila without
Lock sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen. So, they do. Tapos, yung mga na-find out ko lately, yung mga bata-bata, like in their 30s and in their 40s, nagkaka-colon cancer or stomach cancer. Kasi, yeah, and research has shown na, kasi ngayon, di ba, palagi kumakain sa labas. You're exposed to environmental factors. So, ano yan, factor yan. And, you know, we've lost so many lives. Meron din mga Pilipino, meron akong naging Pilipinong pasyente na cancer niya, head and neck talaga. Oh my God. It was heartbreaking. Pero, kapag nakikita ka ng isang Pilipino, yung nurse niya Pilipino, talagang magaan ang loob nila. Like, kasi, nare-relax talaga sila kasi first of all,
can speak the language.
Yeah. So, yun, madami, pero marami rin kaming mga celebrations na yung mga yung cure talaga.
Tapos babalik sila yung magpapasalamat sa inyo. Yes. How about for the guys? Anong common cancer for the guys na nakikita dyan sa
colon.
Colon pa rin.
Or yung mga smokers at saka yung mga heavy drinkers, head and neck.
Okay.
Lung cancer, yung mga GI, yung gastrointestinal, yung stomach, gallbladder, ayan, madami. Yan. Meron din mga multiple myeloma.
Puso pala dyan, oo. But anyway, pag yung mga may celebrations kayo sinasabi kanina, minsan siyempre babalik sila, di ba? Nagpapasalamat sila. Minsan yun yung nakakasaya.
Yeah.
Bilang isang frontliner, bilang isang nurse or isang doktor, when you see patient na cancer-free sila, pupunta sila sa'yo, okay na okay sila. Di ba?
Yeah, syempre magsa-celebrate ka sa kanila. Tsaka whether you like it or not, parte ka na ng buhay nila.
Okay.
And they acknowledge that naman.
And then after the oncology nursing, ano ang naging nangyari?
So, nag-work ako through the pandemic until September of last year. And then, merong isang opportunity na bumalik sa akin twice. So, nag-apply ako nung May of last year. Nurse educator siya sa pharmaceutical company. Pero sa oncology din. So, so nag-apply ako. Nung binigay sa akin ng trabaho, hindi ko in-accept.
Why?
Kasi hindi ako, unang-una, hindi ko alam na tatawagan nila ako. Tapos, offer pa nila yung job. Like, hindi ako 100% sure sa aking move.
Okay.
And then, back in August of last year, nag-open uli yung position, nag-reach out sa akin, sinabihan ako nung isang kakilala ko na, oh, by the way, open yung position namin dito. So, in-applyan ko, I took that yung sign ko, na kasi I've always wanted to go in nursing education.
Yeah.
Kaya nga nag-further ako sa aking pag-aaral. So, I want to make sure na I meet the minimum, at least the minimum requirement. So, so ngayon, what I do is I educate yung mga healthcare providers, yung mga doctors, mga nurses, mga physician assistant and nurse practitioners about a drug for lymphoma. So, how to give it, yung mga side effects. So, yan ang aking role. So, I'm supposed to be traveling for work, pero obviously with the pandemic, we're not allowed.
Yes. Since you've mentioned about the pandemic and you've been working sa ibang were you able to experience some kind or some degree of discrimination? Because first, tanggapin naman natin, minsan ang race, dahil Pilipino tayo, minsan ang ibang lahi, ay Pilipino pa. So they would accept yung iba.
Yeah.
Because the English, quote and quote, ang primary language natin, na discriminate tayo sa bagay na yan. But in your case, diyan ka na nag-aral, na-experience mo rin ba yung ganon, the discrimination?
Well, iba-ibang type of discrimination. Unang-una sa education, dahil nga nung una, wala akong 4-year degree. So parang na-overlook ako sa mga opportunities, which is naiintindihan ko naman kasi minimum requirement talaga is a 4-year degree for a promotion. So, tsaka yung people look at you differently kasi, wala kang 4-year degree, ganyan. Malalaman mo naman yan eh. And then, as far as the race madalang lang yun na mafe-feel mo talaga. Pero talaga ang predominantly yung discrimination na experience ko talaga is because I'm gay. And I know that. Malalaman talaga nila malalaman ko when somebody doesn't like me. And actually, I was working for this one company in 2016. Na-discriminate talaga ako. So, ang ginawa ko, hindi ako lumaban like right there. Like, hindi. So, ang ginawa ko, nag-document ako ng mga situations na I felt na discriminate ako.
Okay.
Yung eye rolling, yung sasabihin nung isang sa upper management, who you are is your choice. Pero doon sumagot ako. Sabi ko, no. Sabi ko, who you are is who you are. Who you are is not a choice. The choice there is how you live your life. Sabi ko. So, pati yun, sinabi ko yun sa aking letter. Kasi nung nag-exit interview ako, because I resigned. Eventually, I resigned kasi it was just too difficult. So, nag-resign ako, nag-write ako ng letter sa CEO, a formal complaint about this, particularly two individuals in the upper management. So ayun, yung pent-up emotions kasi yun nung exit interview. So, umiyak talaga ako. Like I felt so relieved na nasabi ko yun sa HR.
Yeah.
So, a couple of months later, natanggal sila sa trabaho. Like when So, sabi ko, it's 2016. Sabi ko, if people don't like us because we're gay, sabi ko, then problema nila yan. Sabi ko, at saka we're everywhere.
Yeah. The concern is, nasa US ka na. It's a society where it's open, accepting dun sa mga group na LGBTQI. But again, some people are narrow-minded, na nakafocus lang sila doon sa area na ganon. It's a preference, it's a choice. Doon sa mga iba, it's not a choice actually. Correct me. It's not a choice. It's the it's not even a preference, but it's the way of hindi mo ginusto, di ba?
You are.
Yeah.
So, and I'm at a point in my life now where I stopped. Yung, will they like me or will they not like me? No. Kung ayaw mo, there's nothing I can do about that. And, and like what I mentioned to you earlier, minsan nakakalungkot yung mas mafe-feel mo talaga yung discrimination because you're gay dun sa minsan sa mga Filipino parties. That's why I don't go unless I really know yung someone who's gonna invite me, kasi I've been in situations before where I felt it, and kahit titingnan kanila tapos magbubulungan, and I just don't pay attention to that, and that's why I just stay away if I can.
Yeah, I hope people watching this would respect yung mga people na yun nga, because they are humans, they deserve a certain degree of respect, diba?
Yeah.
But anyway, nowadays na because of pandemic, paano nabago ang situation dyan? Kumusta muna ang situation dyan sa Chicago?
Well, getting better na kasi thanks to our mayor and our governor. Talagang very strict sila. So right now, unti-unti nag-open na yung, actually right now 25% na ang capacity ng mga restaurants.
Wow. Nagsara ba before? Nagsara?
Yes.
Nagsara sila?
Mag-order ka lang, pick upin mo lang or delivery.
Okay.
Pero these days, tapos sa Friday, I think 2 days from today, they will increase to 50% if I'm not mistaken, kasi bumababa na yung positivity rate namin, is less than 5%. Because the strict governance talaga, and I'm impressed and I'm grateful for that. And then sa buong Amerika, since the administration took place, the new administration took place, nag-aano na, it's getting better kasi they're paying much attention to it. So it has changed a lot. Dati lalabas ka lang, carefree. Ngayon, you have to wear a mask. You have to
Okay.
carry a sanitizer with you, you know.
How about the vaccine? The vaccine is available in Chicago
It is
because in LA,
available.
it's available last time na nag-interview ako doon. Chicago, okay na.
It is available. I haven't gotten it yet, but for
Okay.
sure I will.
Okay. And then, yung mga safety protocols, for example, going to the hospital, marami ba ang mga requirements ngayon? Basta-basta? How
Yeah.
is it? Mm-mm.
Hindi ka allowed. Like, yung mga visitors are not allowed.
Oh,
Like I have a cousin yesterday who had a minor procedure.
uh-uh.
Na-drop off lang siya. You're not
Uh-uh.
allowed inside the hospital.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
And then,
because yun nga.
and how do you cope? Paano yung coping mo? Kasi hindi kayo nakakalabas,
Yeah.
bibihira yung social gathering kasi nga nakakatakot. So, paano? Paano yung situation dyan?
I try to be positive. At saka ako naman kasi, I've always been a homebody.
Hindi ka mahilig lumabas.
In my 40s, I don't know. I just like
Sawa na.
watch TV or read a book. Ayoko na ng...
Uh-uh.
Which is okay with me naman, pero mahirap para sa mga iba, yeah. You know, but I think you just have to remain prayerful and you remain positive kasi wala ka namang magagawa.
And then you mentioned kanina that, well, aside from reading books, that you're studying, na kaya nga ba pinangarap mo to be on the next, nag-pick up ka pa ng masters mo is because you want to prove something for yourself, you want to educate yourself more. Kasi yung mga kababayan natin dyan, baka sabihin nila, ay, hanggang nursing na lang ako, hanggang dito na lang. After ng 4-year degree ko, tapos na, magtrabaho na ako. But in your case, it's different. Meron ka pang sumunod na kinuha, nag-masters ka pa, etc. Why?
Well, depende rin naman kasi sa goal mo. Like, halimbawa ako, I wanted to be a nurse educator. So, kailangan i-meet mo ang minimum requirement of a master's degree there. Kung kontento ka na sa a 4-year degree, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, as long as you find fulfillment, pero kung gusto mo nang mag-move forward, syempre, you know, you work hard for it. And ako, ganun kasi ako eh. Like, I've always been an overachiever. Like, ganun ako. Like, palagi yan. Halimbawa, I give my 100% best. Kasi alam ko ang mga limitations ko and capabilities. So, yun, I mean, but I like learning. Lalo na halimbawa, you know, you and I are in healthcare. Kailangan up-to-date ka sa mga information. And not just that, you know, you pick up a book, you read. You know, you read an article, you learn something from it. You know, hindi, tsaka, kasi, you know, sa buhay, there's a difference between being content and being complacent. Correct. Yung content, yung happy ka. Like, you have joy. Kahit na anong situation mo. Kapag complacent ka, yung tatamad-tamad ka, there's also something wrong with that, you know? So, you don't have to complete a degree to learn. You can just pick up a book. Like this, I bought this book recently. I haven't read it yet, but it's Greg Louganis, Breaking the
Circle. I read that one.
So
yeah. Greg Louganis, the Great Diver. Oh, alam ko yan. You should watch. You should read that book.
No, I will.
Documentary. Don't watch the documentary. Just read the book first. Oh, yan, nakarelate ako tuloy dyan. It's a good book.
Yes.
Okay. Sabi ni Evelyn Cabato, naku, a lot of patient po talaga pag nurse ka. Lalo na pasaway ang pasyente. Oo, di ba? Yung mga pasaway na pasyente.
Kailangan talaga, ano yun, yung compassionate ka sa mga pasyente. Pero at the same time, kailangan mag-set ka rin ng mga rules. Halimbawa, sa mga cancer patients, there are moments talaga na, halimbawa, mababa yung mga white blood cells nila. Yung white blood cells kasi, they help you fight infection. So sabihin ko sa kanila, huwag kayong lumabas kung hindi kailangan, ganyan. So meron kaming pasyente noon, nag-shopping siya sa mall, so na-admit siya for pneumonia. So sabi ko, we can only recommend the last say is up to you, but just know na yung mga recommendations namin are not for us. They're for you.
Oo.
Kasi
minsan kailangan ng
responsibility mo din yun as a healthcare provider to educate your patients.
patient. Correct. And then, how do you keep yourself in shape? How do you maintain? We all know, alam naman natin na sa sobrang daming iniisip because of the pandemic, because of sa trabaho natin, how do you keep yourself healthy? Ayan, ako nagsisimula akong healthy, nagluluto-luto akong healthy meal. How about in your case? Sorry to ask this question at the age of 40, because at the age of 40, minsan, papasok na yung mga iba't ibang nararamdaman natin sa katawan. At least makaka-relate yung mga kababayan natin dito. Hindi sila nagpapa-general check-up, may sakit-sakit na sa mga muscle nila, sa mga tuhod nila, tumataas ang blood pressure, cholesterol. In your case, okay naman ba?
Well, noong 2015 kasi, I was 30 pounds overweight talaga. I was very unhealthy. Yung mga kinakain ko talaga, talaga kain lang ng kain kahit na ano. So, tumaas ang blood pressure ko, and luckily, meron akong symptom na sumakit talaga yung ulo ko. So, yung doctor ko, sinabi niya, bigyan kita ng blood pressure medication. Sabi ko, no. Sabi ko, let me take care of this the healthy way. So, change ko talaga ang the way I eat, at saka yung workout talaga ako. Tsaka tandaan natin yung percentage ng when it comes to fitness, 80 to 90% is what you eat.
What you eat. O, tandaan natin yan, mga viewers.
10 to 20% is what you do at the gym. So, if kahit na mag-workout ka na 24 hours a day, if you don't watch what you eat, it doesn't mean anything. So, yun talaga kasi I've always been an avid gym goer.
Okay.
Ano yung mga kaklase ko na nakalogin dyan? Alam niyo
si Maria nag-comment. Sabi niya, nag-gym ka daw ng 4:30 a.m.
Yes.
Madaling araw?
Yeah. So, yun ang ginagawa ko. So, pero simula ng 2015 talaga, I changed the way I ate. Yun that made the difference. So, I lost 30 pounds. Tsaka when you eat healthy, magfa-follow talaga ang results. You feel good, you look good, tsaka talaga, at tsaka like what I told you earlier, what I learned through the years, especially in my 40s, is that mental health is as important as physical health.
Correct.
Importante yan.
Tama. And then in terms of food, Maria talaga, sabi niya. Ayan, mapagalitan tayo ni Miss Cherish kasi binuking natin na Maria ang tawag natin sa kanya. Bakit si Prime hindi siya, si Mr. Primo, hindi siya nag-o-onda, hindi siya nag-chat sa atin? I-call natin siya. Shout out natin. But anyway, in terms of aga naman, 10 o'clock pa lang sa Pilipinas, 10:18, natutulog na siya. But anyway, in terms of food, anong pwedeng i-share natin sa ating mga kababayan? Can you share your simple meal sa'yo?
Yeah, dapat talaga mag-spend time ka meal prepping. Kailangan talaga yan kasi ako, I eat every 2 to 3 hours. So, nag-meal prep ako, nagluluto ako. So, yung lunch ko is bumibili ako sa isang grocery store dito na ground chicken.
Okay.
Higisa ko yan. Bawang sibuyas lang. Lagyan ng maraming paminta, lagyan ng lemon. Tapos, yun ang lunch ko. And then, bago ako mag-workout, nagpo-protein shake ako. And then, one fruit. Workout ako, pagbalik ko, so protein shake na naman. And then, in the morning, minsan kakain ako ng 1 piece of bread with peanut butter or tuna, with avocado. Kakainin ko yan. Then, around 9 or 10, meron akong smoothie. Gumagawa rin ako ng smoothie with lots of veggies and oatmeal. So, ang water lang yan walang milk, walang asukal, wala. Very clean.
Okay.
So, kasi kailangan mo ng fiber kasi yung health natin, alam mo yan, Doc Mike, it starts in the gut.
Yeah.
It really does. Kailangan cleansing yan. So, yan, tapos yung lunch ko nga, and then mga bandang 2:00 or 2:30, I eat yogurt.
Okay. So wala nang mga chichirya. Wala nang mga chichirya, wala. So halos fruits, veggies, mga shake, mga oatmeal, etc.
Pero like they say, everything in moderation. Minsan din naman, kailangan kang mag-cheat. It's good for the soul,
Yeah.
Pero
Hindi lang lagi na mga puro cheat na lang everyday.
At saka dapat hindi cheat day, kailangan cheat meal.
Cheat meal.
Isa lang. Tsaka,
Salam.
mas minsan kasi yung main complaint ng mga yung nagmi-meal prep na ganyan, yung mahal masyado. Tandaan natin, mas mahal ang nagkakasakit.
Correct.
This is healthy. And then, ano yung sinasabi nila? You are what you eat. Pero meron pang isa dyan, what you consume, you become. So,
ayan ang mga viewers natin. Baka magsi-alisan ng mga viewers natin pag pinag-uusapan natin ang health.
It's very important, lalo na these days. It's so easy na kumain na lang sa labas, which wala namang mali. Kasi meron mga healthy choices naman. Pero kung if you can prepare it yourself, why not? Unang-una, healthy. Pangalawa, mura pa. You know?
I love preparing my own meal.
Yeah.
Recently, sabi ko nga, sige mag-experiment ako kahit anong mga nandyan sa fridge. Basta more on greens lang ako.
Yeah.
Ang ganda ng pakiramdam, tapos napaka-light ng katawan, di ba? How about your gym?
I work out before work. Like, nung nasa hospital ako, ang shift ko started at 7. So I would wake up at 3 in the morning and I go to the gym. I make time. You have to make time talaga. Meron mga iba na after work sila. But I find that I'm more energetic in the morning.
Kaso kung walang gym naman sa bahay, walang mga gym equipment sa bahay, kasi medyo may lockdown ngayon, paano yun?
Ang ginawa ko nung lockdown, kasi nagsara yung gym nga namin dito, tsaka kahit na nung nagbukas, ayoko talaga kasi nga ang dami mga tao sa gym. So ang ginawa ko, yung mga dating exercises ko na yung we call them like yung high intensity workouts, yung
I've tried that.
Squats, mountain climbing, jumping jacks. Yan ang mga ginagawa ko. And then bumili ako ng mga resistance bands. So yun ang ginagawa ko. But then iba pa rin so yung gym ko ngayon, by appointment siya, so which is good. So kasi like what I told you earlier, tumaas na naman ang blood pressure ko kasi nga I gained 15 pounds, pero ngayon I lost it already. So yun ang ginagawa ko sa bahay. Manood lang, maraming mga YouTube videos pwede mo yahin. You can do it.
Yeah.
At saka it's a mindset talaga. It really is a mindset. Ako, kung ano yung preference mo, like ako, I like going to the gym. Yung mga iba sa sa bahay, it's fine. Ako, I try to work out 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
Yes, I do. Do you have to have a break in between? At least 3 days a week is fine.
Okay. Ilang hours yun o ilang minutes per 1 hour?
1 hour na ako. That's it.
Itatry ko yan, ha? Kung pwede, message mo ko, sabihin mo sa akin, kumusta ngayon ang gym mo? Ayun, si ko nanonood din. Sabi niya, identical diet nyo. Identical daw ang diet. Kasi si Dr. Liangco din, nag-gym din siya, iba't ibang mga protein shake, kung ano mga iniinom niya. Healthy din siya.
Pero more than anything kasi talaga, kailangan maging komportable ka sa sarili mo. Ang tendency kasi natin, we look for the things na wala sa atin. Like, I'm guilty of that sometimes. Lalo na halimbawa, lalo na sa gay community, ha? Let's just be honest, yung mga, lalo na everywhere, gay men, they take care of themselves. Kung makikita mo sila, they look good. They have, yung physique nila talaga maganda. Pero I learned na, kailangan i-embrace mo yung sarili mo. Kasi kahit na some people will be better than you, but they will never be you.
Oo.
There's only one you. Kailangan i-embrace mo ang sarili mo. Maging komportable ka. Tsaka like what I said, yung mental health talaga. Like talagang magre-resonate yan kapag healthy ka mentally. Maano nga yung physique mo, maganda nga ang katawan mo, masama naman ang ugali mo.
Walang point.
Wala.
Oo. Useless, kumbaga.
Wala talaga.
Yan, sabi ni Miss Jocelyn. Ay, tama ba? Si Annalisa sabi niya, wow, too early. Depende po sa inyo kung anong oras.
Whatever works for you naman. Yung mga, nag-try din naman kasi ako after work. Hindi ko kaya. Wala na akong energy. Gusto kong pagbabatuhin yung mga tao sa gym.
Okay, si Miss Jocelyn Aquino naman sabi niya, that's true. Eat at home is healthy. I love eating kasi. Every time I eat outside, I get poison. Ay, nalalason siya. Baka yung
Sorry naman ha. Just bad experience.
Baka naman sa mga karinderya. Siya kumakain. Poison tuloy siya. Pero at least buhay siya kasi nag-chat siya ngayon.
Saka tandaan nyo, yung kapag when you're meal prepping, you can control the recipes. Yung mga additives, makokontrol mo yan. Sa restaurant, ay, dako, buhos lang ng buhos yan.
Correct, oo. And then, question, what is your secret? But you still look young. Meron bang regimen na ginagawa?
Wala akong mga skin products.
Wala?
Basta I try to eat healthy. I drink a lot of water. Hydration is is important. And like what I said, you have to feel good about you. You have to embrace you. Kasi kapag ganyan, mahahanapin mo na lang ng hahanapin yung lalo na yung society ngayon, the society dictates yung physical appearance. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Pero importante talaga yung you have a good heart. That's
correct. Good heart. Oo, Valentine's Day, di ba? Oo, yan si Maria nagtatanong na naman si Maria. Maraming tanong si Maria. Love life po. Ano ba ibig sabihin ni Maria na love life po?
Wala akong love life.
Wala daw siya love life. Yan. Sorry po, Miss Maria. Wala po daw siyang love life. If, beside nursing, beside working sa facility, beside teaching, beside gym, what else do you do?
Well, I try to spend time with my family, mga friends ko. And then, I'm active sa church namin. So I'm the I'm the accompanist sa church. And then I sing when I can sa church.
Oh, you sing! You sing!
Not professionally, but I can carry a tune. So, and then, like what I told you earlier, my goal is to work for another 15 years. So I figured I'll be 61 then. Uwi ako ng Philippines and I'm gonna give back where I stayed, where I grew up. So.
And if hypothetical lang ito. If balikan lang natin, what would you wanna say doon sa 16-year-old self mo after high school, di ba? Tama ba? After high school or during high school, fourth year, na you now, more than 40 plus, it's you now, ano sasabihin mo sa 16-year-old self mo?
I would say you should have come out at 16.
Okay. Why?
Because I feel like, I fought it so hard. Kasi yun naman alam mo naman yung era natin, it's kailangan hindi ka ganyan, kailangan paglabanan mo yan, it's just a stage in your life. So, I wish I would have known better. But everything happens for a reason. But I feel like I missed out kasi I didn't come out until I was 26 na. So and and I'm glad naman yung mga members ng LGBTQ these days, iba na ang society. So I would say na they're more accepted.
Yeah.
So, I would, that I would tell my 16-year-old self that. And I would also tell my 16-year-old self, just be comfortable with who you are.
Correct.
Yeah.
moving forward naman, kung kanina nag-flashback tayo,
Yes.
yung 16-year-old self ka, at 60 years old, o yan, o 10 years from now, baka naman 60 years old, naman 60 years old, 10 years from now,
Yeah.
what's your goal? What is your next plan? You mentioned about going back to the Philippines for
Yes.
good, to settle sa Philippines.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do?
Well, kasi yung parents ko, they founded this foundation. It's called One Seed Ministries. So I
Bakit
was
may araw pa pala? May araw, sorry.
I
Bakit may
know,
araw?
my God, I'm trying to avoid it.
Sige, okay lang.
Okay,
Wala siya dyan. Wala siya. Okay lang.
there you go. No.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we provide, well, actually at that time they provided scholarships for high school and college students who can't afford it. So, you know, my parents have passed since. So kami na ang nag-take over. My siblings and I, we fund it. You know, we really screen these kids to make sure na, you know, they're very sincere about the application. And then yung that's what I want to do. You know, kasi most likely I will be the one leading that foundation by that time.
You have a heart for those people in need, particularly in terms of education. So we have it the same thing because we will be celebrating our first year anniversary sa YouTube, and we will be helping out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll be helping out sa ating mga kababayan din na in need and educating the people in the Philippines. Sana one day we could collaborate, we could do things together. If one day we could go home na sabay. Kaso nga problema ngayon is because of pandemic ang hirap. Supposed to be I'm going home this May. Baka hindi ako makauwi because of maraming restrictions.
It's better to be safe naman. Temporary lang naman yan. So.
Absolutely. And with that, maraming salamat sa iyo. I enjoyed this conversation with you. This would not be, ang dami pa natin pwedeng pag-usapan, particularly the other experiences. I hope this would not be the last.
No. Keep it
more. Pwedeng i-get natin si Prime at saka si Miss Maria.
Of course.
Sabay-sabay kayo nasa screen. Oo, ayan ang mga viewers natin. Maraming salamat. Do you want to greet muna or do you want to give a message sa ating mga OFW? So ayan.
Well, I'd like to greet my family and friends from all over the world. Lalo na yung isa sa mga best friends ko sa Europe, si Cherish, si Judy, si Prime sa Pampanga, and Jennifer, and my family sa Pampanga din. And here all over the world. And I just like to say na yung other than mahalin mo yung trabaho nyo, that's given na yun eh. So I think more than anything too, you have to have purpose in what you do. Sabi nga ni Albert Einstein, a life lived without purpose is not living at all. So, you know, para maging meaningful yung buhay, and, you know, and not to get ahead or to preoccupied sa mga material na bagay, mga accomplishments. It's you know, that's all temporary. So yung dapat i-maintain natin yung relationships natin sa mga family natin and friends, and you know, always know where you came from. Like kailangan maging humble ka palagi. That's it. Saka dapat, you know, you have to have God in your life, the center of your life. Kasi without that, without God, it's meaningless. Wala lahat meaning. So,
how about sa mga nurses, sa mga kagaya natin na sa gitna ng pandemya ngayon ay maraming iniisip. We've lost some of our friends because of this pandemic, because of this COVID-19. And for the rest na continuous pa rin na nagsiserve sa different hospitals or facilities na nandiyan, what message would you want to give? Para lumakas ang kanilang moral, maboost ang kanilang moral. Sana hindi sila magsawa.
Well, first of all, thank you sa service ninyo sa community, particularly in this pandemic. Like as a nurse myself, I never thought na I would work under these conditions. So, 26th year ko na to. At saka, you know, always stick to the core, stick to the basics. Why you became a nurse? You were called to do this job. You were called to serve. Yes, we work to earn a living, but at the same time, meron tayong responsibility sa community to take care of our patients. And again, mahalin ninyo yung mga trabaho ninyo no matter how challenging it is. And that be proud of what you do, because the level of responsibility that we have, madami yan. Diyos ko, bundok-bundok ang responsibility. Yung life ng pasyente nasa kamay natin. So, I'll keep praying for you guys. Don't get discouraged. Just keep moving. Just keep moving forward. And if you need to recharge, pull away from the situation, then do it. It's what's important for you. Yes, you need to. Self-care is also important.
O yan. Ang ganda naman nun. And I think mabubuhayan na naman ang ating mga frontliners ngayon sa mga messages na binanggit natin kanina. And sa mga viewers natin, ang ganda po ng message ng ating guest. Yan, ginigreet kanila ng Happy Valentine's Day. O ayan. Paano ang Valentine's Day mo niyan? Ilang araw pa, di ba? Ano ba ngayon? 3. So, 11 days. 11 days. What's your plan on your Valentine's Day? May
Buhay, wala.
Nakichismis ang mga kababayan natin. Date na pa daw, sabi ng mga viewers natin. O wala daw po siyang date. Ayan, si Miss Honey Love. Wala daw siyang date, Miss Honey Love. Pinamimigay ang guest natin. Okay. Yan, si Miss Maria. Wala. May pasok ka today?
I work from home. So, nagtrabaho na ako kanina ng madaling araw. I wake up early all the time. So,
sige.
Okay naman. It's fine. And thank you for, this is such a privilege at saka it's an honor to, to be able. Sana marami akong na-share na matutunan nila.
Oo, ang dami. And then with that, maraming salamat sa'yo. I hope, sabi ko nga, this would not be the last. We would get you again for this and we could work again sa mga iba't ibang projects na pwede natin gawin with our friends na nanonood ngayon. So hindi ka na namin patatagalin sa screen. We would aalisin ka na namin sa screen. Okay. Yung mga viewers natin. Ayan si Miss Maria, talagang nag-enjoy daw si Miss Maria sa ating episode.
I bet.
Tuwa. Kaso si Mr. Primo wala siya.
Tulog na yan.
Tulog na. Mahina daw ang wifi.
Mahina ang wifi. Yung dalawang reason lang yan.
Okay. So with that, good luck or best of luck sa'yo. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. And thank you for what you do, for making a difference in the lives of people.
Thank you. Very much welcome. And again, have a great day pala sa'yo.
Good evening.
So maraming salamat. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So ayan po ang ating guest. Sana po nag-enjoy kayo sa isang masayang kwentuhan namin about nurse sa gitna ng pandemya na shinare po ng ating guest na si Mr. Noy Guevarra ang kanyang story. Hindi po madali ang nursing. Alam naman po natin, ayan, yes, namumula-mula po kayo, Sir Noy. Sabi niya wala daw siyang secret. Sabi niya, wala siya daw nilalagay sa mukha niya. Ayan. So natural, fresh looking siya. Yan, sabi ni Miss Evelyn Cabato. Sana marami kayong natutunan sa kanya na share dun sa story niya. And kagaya din po, regardless kung anong profession meron tayo, wag po tayo maging mareklamo sa trabaho natin. Mahalin natin ang trabaho natin kasi mamahalin din tayo ng trabaho natin back, di ba? Sabi niya, mabuhay lahat ang mga doctors and nurses. Sabi ni Jocelyn Aquino, maraming salamat. Miss Jocelyn, ang iyong tinola, hindi niyo pa po nagagawa. Sabi niyo, gagawa kayo ng tinola. Maria Cherish, maraming salamat for watching. Sino pa ba? Dr. Lianco, if you wanna have a Hollywood smile, yan, si Dr. Lianco, dentista po siya sa LA. Sino pa ba? Si Dr. Lianco dapat maging guest natin dito para mag-share siya kanyang mga iba't ibang klaseng juices, di ba? M. Song Kong, maraming salamat. Annalisa, thank you so much. Sino pa ba? Sa lahat po ng nanood sa atin, mga Geomas TV, Normi Pata, Delia Sato, Miss Delia, maraming salamat po na nanonood from Japan. Kay Chris Rodriguez, see you this coming Friday. Kat Del Valle. Maraming salamat, Kat. Sino pa ba? Basta lahat po ng nanood, sana po wala po akong na-miss sa inyo, ha. Si Miss Barry Malabanan, Flor Manuel, maraming salamat. P. Jasis Asis, maraming salamat din po sa inyong lahat. Again, sa lahat po ng mga subscribers and viewers natin, maraming salamat po sa laging panonood sa amin, sa aming YouTube channel. Ayan, si Mr. Robert Cosma, nanood din. Shawarma, please follow po yung YouTube ni Mr. Robert Cosma. Kung gusto niyo po makinig ng mga music, yan, tumutugtog at kumakanta si Mr. Robert Cosma. Yan, sabi ni si Honey Love din. Tinola is live, sabi ni Honey Love. Sumikat ang tinola na yan. Anyway, abangan nyo po this coming Friday. We went to strawberry farm dito sa Hong Kong para po mag-strawberry picking. Papalabas po namin this coming Friday. And abangan nyo po. Excited ako sa episode next week on Wednesday because makakasama ko po ang isang Chinese friend or friends, baka marami sila. In-invite ko sila. We will be talking about mga pampaswerte ngayong Chinese New Year. Ang dami po palang mga bagay-bagay na pwedeng gawin during Chinese New Year. Maaring maniwala kayo, maaring hindi kayo maniwala. But again, share po namin yung mga pampaswerte, anong kailangan gawin, anong hindi pwedeng gawin during Chinese New Year because it would be February 12, 13, 14 ang Chinese New Year. But my guest on February 10, that's Wednesday of next week, abangan nyo po yun. Pag-uusapan namin yung mga pampaswerte at iba't ibang klaseng pagkain sa Chinese New Year. So with that, stay healthy, be nice, stay safe. Maraming salamat po sa laging panonood. Please watch the previous episode din sa ating YouTube channel. Have a great night, everyone. Maraming salamat po. See you again this coming Friday. Bye!